This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.
Yep.
All right. Hey, how you doing there, Captain's Jug of Thoughts?
We're back.
We are back. I feel like it has been a while. The last one was with was the history of Youngstown.
It was with Jay.
Yeah. I still think we gotta get a new jail.
Yeah.
Or just put bars on the door of the jug.
Put a little room in there.
Yeah, exactly.
We're always adding rooms anyway. Why not add a little jail room?
Yeah. Some guy in the back like, come on, I was just kidding. She likes it.
She likes it. We should do that. There's plenty of people that I'd put in there.
Yeah. But we had a good show of the disco night. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was watching some of the video. Henderson, shout out Ryan Henderson for letting us borrow his lights, his DJ lighting rig. It just, dude, the whole room is shiny and pulsating with fucking colors and shit.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it definitely adds to it.
Yeah, that was a really fun night. People had a blast.
If, I don't know, I'm hopefully maybe I'll be able to get this up before I leave. Tonight is Friendly Foes up at Mr. Goodbar.
Yep.
And we've got Friendly Foes upstairs with Stevie and Mike from Solar Plexus doing a duo set. And my buddy Brendan's Red Hot Chili Peppers band, Aeroplane, doing a set. And downstairs is Grub, our friend Ryan Henderson's band.
Yep.
And Orange Corner, who is a bunch of our buddies who, I think they're involved in Ted Fest, and that's a whole thing. I'm going to have to explain it. We're definitely going to have them on in the future.
Right.
Because Ted Fest sounds like it's going to be pretty sweet.
That sounds great.
Friendly Foes is going to be there, too.
Yep.
And we will give you all more details as they're coming. But that's tonight, man. That's going to be a banger.
Yeah, tonight's going to be fun. I'm going to head up there.
Are you?
Yep.
You're feeling a little better now.
I feel better.
Cap's been on the mend.
I am still a little bit, but I'm way better.
You got coronavirus, bro.
It was Corona Light.
It was a Corona chaser. Fight fire with fire. I drank Corona for 3 days. Yeah, you were all sick, and I'm like, dude, you handle money all day. That's what you do.
I know.
Money's filthy.
I know. I was like, yeah, like we've been trying to do the show for a few days, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, you don't want to come to my house right now. Trust me.
You're gonna have to burn that microphone after.
Yeah, I was not feeling so.
But you
hot.
sound fine now.
Yeah, I feel like I said, I feel 100 times better.
Rested, got some soup in you.
Yeah, I had about 7 different kinds of soup.
And, you got to get
a lot of pudding.
The 200-year-old soup.
No.
That'll knock out like the Black Plague. That knocks out old school diseases.
Yeah, exactly. Next time I get something like that, I'm flying to France.
You know who doesn't have coronavirus? OJ. That's a picture OJ posted of him at Costco with a crate or a wheel cart full of toilet paper. OJ uses Charmin Ultra Soft. Wider sheets. OJ likes a wide sheet.
Oh, there you go.
He's got paper towels, water. He's got bottles of water and cups. That's what is he playing beer pong? Why does he need cups? The water's in bottles. It's not like he has jugs of water.
I can't remember. And
he's got paper towels. So he's planning on just spilling shit, I guess.
I saw something the other day, and they were talking about, they're like, I've been waiting 10 years to tell my end of the story. I'm like, OJ. I was like, and everyone was like, not the best comparison.
Dude, he said something on Twitter the other day that, I'm sorry, we're just right into it this week. Who's Nathaniel Woods? Is he a football player?
Nathaniel Woods?
I don't know. Because OJ said, everyone deserves a fair trial and appeal. Come on, Alabama, do what's right. Hashtag Nathaniel Woods. But he said a fair trial and appeal. This has 5,209... Wait, 500, 200... It's got a lot of fucking views. I don't know. I don't really feel like reading all those numbers right now. The commas there's a lot of commas.
There's a lot of commas.
Normally, the responses are what I wanted to read.
Right.
Normally, I try to stay in my lane, and it's a picture of the Bronco chase. OJ, LMAO, OJ telling us about a fair trial and appeal. What a time to be alive.
He was executed yesterday.
Oh, Nathaniel, whatever. Oh,
he didn't make it.
Wow. What would you know about fair trials and appeals? I did see people like photoshopping that Costco picture with like knives in it.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, people are funny. You gotta make light of it, I guess.
Yeah.
So you and OJ safe from the coronavirus.
Yep.
What else has been going down at the Jug other than disco night? I was there for that.
Yeah, I don't know. We've had a pretty busy week this week, actually, because the diner was closed all week. So we have had quite the influx for our lunch.
Yeah.
So real busy for lunch all week, which is great. Diner needs to close a little more often for us.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. They're like the only other business in town.
There's a turf war.
It's a
This is
turf
my
war.
corner. I'm working lunch. This is my lunch. You got to have split custody of lunch.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
But I really haven't been there that much this week because of
Coronavirus.
because of the corona.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird, quiet time. Like, we have a few nice days. Like, the other day was beautiful.
I know.
And then I woke up today and it was snowing a lot.
I know, you said that, and I was like, really? It's fine here.
Yeah, that's
And
weird.
Half hour
I'm in-
later, it started snowing.
I'm in Lewiston. You're in Youngstown. I'm looking out my window and it's like, well, just white. And it wasn't like thick snow. It was kind of more rain snow that melts as soon as it hits the ground.
Right.
But it was like white. I was like, yeah, dude, it's really coming down. And you're like, it's nothing here.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking 10 minutes away. Like, what are you talking about?
It's that Pletcher Road cutoff.
I guess, man. It's just a different world.
Yeah. I mean, I remember my parents talking about that when I was a kid. So, for 30 years, people have been, well, probably way longer, but
Yeah.
for 30 years that I know of, people have been talking about how,
That's the deal with the escarpment, too. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we've said it a million times.
Right.
It's just like, and I'm looking out my window. We got that show tonight, and I'm looking out my window. I'm like, if it's coming down like this here, I really hope it's not getting plowed up there.
right.
I mean, not literally plowed. I mean, plowed as in fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plowed, like prison style plowed, not truck plow. Does that make any sense?
Fucked.
Yeah.
Prison style fucked.
Yeah.
That's scary.
those bitches.
Oh, all right. So you and McDermott came up to the Irregardless show at Central Park Grill
We did.
a few weeks ago.
We did.
That was a night where it was snowing quite a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was a good show. Below the Salt opened up. They were great.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, that dude had a big old keyboard with all these crazy effects and shit. It was really cool. So we'll definitely have to hook up with them on some shows in the future.
Right.
And then, yeah, all was well. We had a good show. There's people are out. And then me and Lee were on our way home. And then you called.
Yep. Yeah, we got into McDermott's car, and he's like, "Uh-oh, buddy." And I'm like, "What? Uh-oh?" He's like, "I think the car might be dead."
Oh, no.
I'm like, "Seriously?" So I'm like searching for my phone.
Yeah.
And I knew I was down to like 5% on my phone too.
Oh,
so I
no.
was like, "Oh God." I'm like, I don't think I know Thurman's number off the top of my head, just in case.
I'll be honest. I don't think I know my number. Off the top.
So luckily it was still alive though, and
Yeah, and you called. And you're like, I'm like, all right, we'll turn around. We'll come give you a jump. And we turn around and we're coming back. And then we're like, wait a minute. This is a Prius. This is an electric car. I don't even know. I think this thing just has a 9-volt that you change. I don't know if we can do this.
is there any way to jump it with this?
Yeah. No, but then we got there and we looked and like the battery is like encased in a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. So we had Ryan, my bass player
Right.
from Irregardless, come over and help us out.
Yeah, shout out to him. Thanks for
Yeah.
that. Thanks for that. That was
Well,
huge.
he's an electrician. He knows those things.
Oh, really?
We need electrical things happening. You come do it.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
Because that would have sucked. He actually had his wife, Sean had his wife, send him a picture of his AAA card because he didn't have his AAA card either. I was
Yeah.
like, dude.
And it was snowing, dude. It was coming down.
It was.
And then you're like, this is why we never leave Youngstown. Like, yeah, one time finally people from Youngstown come up to a gig and they get stuck.
Yeah.
In the snow. They're like, we just live here now.
Yeah, looks like we're getting a hotel room.
Yeah. Next week, what, the 12th? Is Thursday the 12th? Friendly Foes is at Nietzsche's. And
nice.
that's going to be cool because Nietzsche's is, it's a staple of fucking Buffalo scene.
Absolutely.
I've been there with every project I've ever been in has been at Nietzsche's multiple times. This is the first Phoes show, which is great because this thing all started as like me and Pete started playing Fish together. That's where kind of the name came from.
Yep.
And we started over that, and then we got bored and started playing hip hop, and then just grew from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now we're just anything. But but Fish played at Nietzsche's in like 91,
Yeah.
which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because they were already really big. They were playing the Garden in 94.
Yeah.
They were already really big, like doing theaters and shit. And they came through and played Nietzsche's, which is a little place.
I saw him at the Niagara Falls Convention Center around
Yeah, 95 on my birthday.
95.
95.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show is fucking nuts.
Yep.
But
That was the first time I ever saw them.
yeah. You told the story.
Yeah.
Because it was right after the dead, Jerry died.
It was, yeah. Right.
And then you're like, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, that was the best thing that could have happened for the fish business.
Oh, for sure.
That was like the diner closing. Fish is the jug, Jerry's the diner. The diner closes. Your guys' lunch fucking numbers start going skyrocketing.
Right.
So yeah, 91 they're playing Nietzsche's, 95 they're playing the Garden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be cool to be able to play there, the same place they played with this particular project.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so that's the 12th with Big Sexy and the Scrambled Eggs and Sentinel 6. Ba ba ba. You texted me a thing that was it just said it was like after we played a show, I think it might have been that same night after the CPG show. I got home and you texted and it just said Bike Path Rapist. And I was like, well, okay. I knew that was a podcast bit because whenever I get random sentences like that, that's what it is.
Right.
And then you were like, oh, dude, I can't believe I've never told this one. It's hilarious. And I'm like, yeah, sounds real funny.
Yeah.
Path Rapist.
It sounds really funny.
Yeah, it sounds like a good chuckle bit. So what is this?
So in 1995, actually,
Big year.
a bunch of my friends were going to UB, and that was like the bike pack rapist. Like, he was like fucking getting people all over the place.
That was
like,
the peak of it.
That was like definitely the peak of it.
That was the Summer of Sam. It was the Summer of Sam type of thing, but it was the bike path guy.
Yeah. So I was always up at UB at my one buddy's dorm. We would go up there and we would play Zonk, and we'd just get all fucked up in his room. And he had two roommates. It was like a bigger dorm where 3 people were in the dorm room, and his one roommate was like 40 years old. Like, we're all 19.
Yeah. So it was a dorm though, like on this campus?
Yeah, it was on campus.
So this dude was an adult student?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. It wasn't just some guy.
No. But this guy was a fucking weirdo.
That was
like,
assumed, yeah.
He was like this kind of like short, pudgy guy with these huge like Coke bottle glasses. And
my God, dude, that so, I mean, yeah, continue.
And he had like cut out pictures out of like all these magazines of women in like bikinis and stuff, like all over the wall above his bed.
Are you sure this wasn't an episode of Law and Order?
I'm sure.
Because this is the episode of Law and Order where you're like, okay, obviously that's the guy, right?
Right. And like he would always like, so we'd be hanging out and like I think like, I don't know if we would just like smoke him out or what, but like he'd always like leave in the middle of the night.
Oh my God.
And he'd be gone for like a couple hours, and then he'd come back. Sometimes we'd be gone before he even came back. And then like this one night when he left, like we were like, so what the fuck is the deal with this dude? And my buddy Ryan is like, dude, I don't know. He's so fucking weird, right? And we're like, is he the bike path rapist? And like we're like, oh my God, he is. He has to be. Like, because, like, we keep on hearing about these people getting attacked at night and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
and this guy, Coke bottle glasses, 40-year-old living in a dorm.
Yeah.
Bikini women everywhere. And this guy, I'm assuming, didn't really have chicks around a lot.
Never.
See, that's a huge difference.
Like, we would have girls over there, and he would just, like, ogle them. He's just, like, staring at them.
With
like
his bubbles glasses.
Like, I would always have to, like, I was kind of, like, seeing the one girl, like, at one point. So, like, I always have to walk her back to her dorm, like, because she's like, I'm not fucking walking alone with creeper,
Why would the college allow these things?
So.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I'm saying, like, if you're a dude who, like, gets laid a lot and you're a ladies' man and you have chicks around and you have bikini girls all over your walls, it's like, okay, that's what this dude's into.
Yeah.
That's an interest. Hell yeah. This dude's slaying puss, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Not me, though. I'm a gentleman. That's gross. So, but if you don't get laid and you have the same decorations in your room, it's the creepiest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming this guy falls in the latter category.
Oh, my God. Like, this guy was not... He may have never been laid.
Yeah, and then
like
he's
in his
hanging
life
out with college chicks.
Yeah,
And they're all partying with you guys.
And they're all hot.
There's no way this guy, like, while your buddy was passed out, fucking shit-faced, this guy stood above his bed and, like, thought about killing him because he just hates him because he's watching this guy hang out with all these chicks.
Right.
Oh, that definitely happened.
Yeah, like they said that they would like hear him jerking off all the time. Like,
poor
you
guy.
know, like they're like, dude, he's so creepy.
Yeah, he'd be going nuts. He's not getting laid, and he's at a fucking college with all these fucking little hot chicks running around. He'd be going fucking crazy.
So we had like decided like that he was definitely the bike path rapist. Like,
I've decided that as soon as you said Coke bottle glasses.
Like it has to be him. There's no way that it can't be him.
Yeah.
We're like, should we call someone? So, anyway. We don't ever call anyone. Which we probably should have, but we were like so fucked up all the time that we were just like, I don't know.
Maybe he's not. Nobody wants to be wrong.
Yeah.
And no
Well,
young
maybe
kids.
It's just the weed.
Yeah, exactly. No young kids get super stoned and go, hey, let's call the cops.
Exactly. Like, we're already, like, getting, you know, the RN is already fucking knocking on the door all the time.
Right.
Fucking, like, being like, hey, are you guys smoking in there? What? No. We're spraying shit all over the place.
There's no, you got to, like, drop an anonymous tip or something.
So then, like, a couple of years go by, and another buddy of mine is working at, what was it, American Glass, I think? And they catch the bike path rapist.
Oh, jeez.
It was the guy whose locker was right next to his.
Next to the creepy guy?
No, next to my friend, my other friend that worked at American Glass. It wasn't the creepy guy at all.
It was just some other dude.
It ended up, it was some totally different guy.
Wow.
But all of a sudden, like, all these fucking cops and everything show up at fucking American Glass, and, like, they're fucking searching through his locker, and my buddy's like, what the hell's going on, you know?
What is it? Yeah, your buddy certainly has a magnet for these
No,
type
it
of
was a
people.
different friend.
Oh, God damn it. We got to start naming these people.
Well, I don't know.
Still, hey, you know what? It's you. You seem to be the link between all this.
Yeah, true.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so...
Okay, no, just because that guy, the roommate, the Coke bottle glasses, he was definitely like the stairway rapist or the parking lot rapist. He was some sort of rapist. He wasn't, just because he wasn't the bike path one.
He was something.
You know what I mean? I can already tell.
Oh, man, he was the weirdest fucking guy, man. And, but it turned out to not be him. I was like, wait, it's not him?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was some other guy named Sanchez.
Ew. Sanchez, huh?
Yeah. Dirty Sanchez.
Did the papers run with that one?
I don't think so. I would have if I was in the paper, but...
What the fuck is this?
What are you doing?
I was trying to find the Law and Order theme. I was going to pull it up. It was going to be funny, but now it's just like a scene from Law and Order.
Yeah. I was like,
fuck?
we're doing scenes from Law and Order on the show now?
There we go.
But yeah, it was fucked up. Like, my friend was telling me. Yeah, there we go.
Yo, seriously though, this song fucking slaps. All right, what were you saying? Sorry.
No, my friend just said it was like so fucked up. He's like, dude, I didn't know what the hell was going on. He was like, they had to search my locker and like all the lockers around, you know.
Known associates?
Because, dude, he was like leaving work sometimes and doing it.
Yeah, okay, so I'm back to the Coke bottle guy was also leaving at night, and we know this guy didn't have a very good social life.
No, he had no social life.
The other guy's innocent. I'm calling it. Your buddy, the locker guy, is innocent.
No, they proved that he was not.
Coke bottle glasses framed him.
With his semen and everything?
Yes. Oh, yeah, come on, man. You've seen Seven. These people, there's no limits.
There's no limits. I really don't think that... I don't know. I don't know how he got into UB. I don't think he was intelligent enough to do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They just would take anything. He got the money, I guess.
It was nuts. It was completely insane. But for months, we were like convinced. We were like, dude, it's got to be him. There's no way it's not him.
The evidence is there.
Yeah, we were like, everything adds up. Like, he's always leaving, disappearing for like a couple hours, comes back, like fucking changes his clothes right away. Like,
dude, come on. This guy was up to something.
Dude, I know. He had to be up to something. We would see him, like, sometimes we would go out and, like, wander around, like, and, like, all of a sudden we'd just bump into him. Like, and there's no one else around. It's, like, 2 a.m, you know? And we were like, oh, hey, Mark, what's up? He'd be like, hey guys, what are you guys doing?
Did this guy, what did he eat? Did you guys never found like a severed head in the fridge or anything?
No. They only had a mini fridge.
You just you're eating chili. You're like, this is good. He's like, it is. Isn't it?
Good old brain chili.
Yeah. That hot chick from my chemistry class. I never saw her again. What happened to her? He's like, I don't know.
That's odd.
Yeah. There was, I mean, you meet those wacky people around. There was a dude who used to work in the kitchen of a place I used to work at. And he, I mean, dude, he was there forever. He was like the pot and pan guy. And he was just exactly like that. Real weird dude. Kind of a nice dude after, I guess, you get to meet him. But, like, he worked there, and he acted like he worked at, like, an office building. Like, he acted like he just clocking in another day at the job. We're like, dude, you're, like, 43, and you're washing fucking dishes for, like, a 19-year-old cook. You know
right.
I mean? Like, he's just pretending it's normal. Definitely probably lived with his mom or some shit. And he was creepy, and I'd heard he had been, like, kind of weird to girls and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they ever found him, like, in the locker room or something. But there was definitely some stories. And, like, him and the other crackhead that used to work there would fight over the cans at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Like, the empty cans and shit. They would dig through, like, straight-up gross, disgusting garbage. Like, wedding garbage. Wedding garbage is a very specific garbage.
It is.
Bridemaid puke. You know what
Lots
I mean?
of it, probably.
Cake, shit tons of just half pieces of cake thrown in there,
Yeah.
like half-eaten finger sandwiches, like the reception, bottles of champagne. Like, dude, the bags would be so heavy because it was all glass, and like I would be taking them out at the end of like a fucking however hour-long shift of cleaning up shit after a wedding. And the last thing you got to do is take out the trash, and then you're done. You can leave.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I get to go take a shower and smoke a bowl, and I'm done with this fucking place.
Right.
And then he'd be like, hold on, and then go want to dig through them. And there's times I was just like, no. Nope. Sorry. No. Seriously? Here's the $5 you would pick out of that fucking bag. Here. Take the $5. I'm going to go throw this shit out in front of you.
That's what they're looking for?
Well, no, they were looking for just cans that they could take back.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you're going through trash to, like, get this shit. And it was just, never-ending weirdness with this dude. 2 weeks ago, we're at Wegmans, and I walk down an aisle, and I look, and I'm like,
no way.
I was like, she saw it on my face, and I was like, I just saw a fucking legend.
Legend.
I literally, like, circled back around, and she's like, we already went that way. I'm like, oh, shut up. Like, we circle back around, I'm peeking. I'm like, that's him. Watch him, look at him. Like, he was like we saw,
He's
like,
so weird. I told you.
I told you. You've heard the stories. You've heard the tales. That's him. People thought he died.
Him.
Some people think he never existed. That's him. He's there. Don't try to take a picture. It's not going to work. He's immune. He's immune to photography. He's like the wind.
He's like the wind.
He's the fucking... It was great, though, to see that. And it was like, yeah, like you saw like a very...
So how long ago was this like the wedding?
No,
things?
I mean, dude, fucking... 10 years ago?
Oh, so at least the first time you saw him in like over 10 years?
Since I left, since the last day at that job when I fucking left, yeah.
That's him.
That's him, yeah. And I was like, there's nobody else who walks like he had this weird kind of walk.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that I'm a little older, he walked like he had been spending his evenings at, it's fun to stay at the YMCA. You know what I'm saying? He joined the Navy at nights, if you know what I mean. Maybe. I don't know. That seems like that's a too easy of an explanation. Something weird was going on. He was probably up to some fucking Coke bottle glasses shit with that other guy.
So, little side note, the other roommate was this dude, Mark White, who
was
like,
the Unabomber.
Who was like kind of a goody-goody when he got to UB. And then we were up there every night, and we got him to like smoke weed for the first time ever. And then we got him into the Dad, we got him into Fish, and like all these bands, right? I'm at Super Bowl. What was that, 5 years ago? 7 years ago?
9.
It's not been that long. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I hadn't seen him since then, right?
Since
we were 19.
Yeah.
In UB at the dorms. And all of a sudden, I'm in line to take a piss, and we're at Super Bowl, and I just hear, Harden! Harden! And I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is calling my name? Like, and it's obviously someone that I'm not there with, you know? Like, and I'm looking around, and he's like, yo! And I'm like looking, and I'm like, hey, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, dude, Mark White! And I was like, oh my God!
Yeah, like shit that if you didn't run into him, you never would have thought about him again.
Dude,
I had that after the disco set.
he was like, dude, he looked like he'd been on tour for 10 years.
Look what you did to him.
I was like, oh, man, we did that to you.
Yeah, I've had that too. God, yeah, there's been people like that. Actually, after the disco set, there was one of the younger kids at the Jug came up, and he told me who he was, and I was like, holy shit. Like, going back to, like, middle school, like, skateboarding, smoking out of tinfoil at the skate park, you know what I mean? Like, way back. Something that, same thing, like, if you never ran into him, like, I don't know, it's just a memory that just is gone.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he says that, I'm like, holy shit, it all comes rushing back to you.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a whole chunk of your life you didn't even think about for the last how many years.
Right. I mean, even 9 years ago, that was like 13 or 14 years after. Like, I couldn't even believe he recognized me.
Yeah.
Especially, like, in line, like, I'm like 20 fucking people away from him.
Yeah.
Like,
At a huge festival like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. There's shit tons of people everywhere.
Dude, there's a few. I'm sure we're both responsible for a few casualties as far as like good kids that like started hanging around us, and we were immediately just. There was like a friend of ours who, I don't know, my old roommate's friend from like Texas or something. He was a super nice dude. He was a fucking great guy. I have fond memories of hanging out with him. He came up to visit us for like a week. And I got out of work before everybody else because I worked at like super early in the morning. So I'd get home first, and he'd just be hanging out on the couch playing the Wii. It's when the Wii first came out. And I just was. He didn't really smoke. He like drank a little bit. He was the first dude I ever saw drink like a lime beer with like salt in it.
Yeah.
It's like that's what you drink when it's hot as fuck. And so we started smoking with him. And then just like that whole week, he just like the next day, he's like, hey, can I get a little bit? Like he just spent his whole time there just on the couch with me hanging out and like playing the Wii and watching me play guitar. And then like the last I heard, I have no idea, but the last I heard was like, yeah, he takes a lot of acid now. I'm like, oh no.
I don't know.
What did I do?
Whoops.
Yeah. Well, handle your shit. This guy stuck with it. He's at a goddamn festival. He stuck with it. You introduced him to his new religion.
Right.
Yeah, you're like the prophet.
And I mean, who knows? Maybe he has a really good job that like he just is able to do from home or something like that. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. He was able to afford to go to the show. That was a couple $100.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, that's cool.
Unless he sold that much peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I guess. Maybe he's the inventor of the grilled cheese donut.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's franchised it out. All right, yeah, we'll take a little quick break here. Captain's Jug of Thoughts. It's good to be back, man. It is
good to be
the
back.
two of us. I feel like it's been a while since we've done one like this.
We haven't done one like this, I don't think, in like 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got some fun stuff playing down the barrel.
That's right.
All right, guys.
This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.
Check it. You hear that? All right, what's up?
We're back.
We're back. Hi, how are you? I had to run out real quick. I just had to pick up some things. Don't ask. And no, that wasn't me coming out of the bike path. I just happened to be there. What? Headphones down? Okay. You just say it. It's okay. Everyone's giving signs and shit.
First time.
Everybody, yeah. Well, we get that. Like, Leo'll start signing things to me, and I'm just like, what? I don't know what to just say. I don't care. It's fine.
We don't know what that means.
Yeah. We got our buddy hanging out with us now.
Yep. So we got a guest here for the second half of the show.
How you doing?
Jeremiah.
What's up?
What's up?
Not much. Friday. Just got done with the night cycle. So I'm ready to go this weekend.
All right. Nice.
You just went to New York to the Beacon.
I did. The historic Beacon.
Yeah.
See a little widespread panic.
Yeah, 2 nights. 2 nights at the Beacon. Beautiful, beautiful theater. Upper West Side, New York.
Yeah, I've never been there, but it's a legendary place.
Yeah, it sure is.
Dude, a nice, beautiful theater. Nothing beats it.
Right.
Like the ceiling, when the ceiling's all crazy and shit, and the detail into it,
Oh, yeah. Nothing like a theater show, especially, for a band that's used to playing amphitheaters. You get to see them in a place that small.
Yeah.
And
that Raconteur show. That Raconteur show was pretty great. That's the
At the
Rapids? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That was seeing, like, you're seeing Jack White, who's, like, you know, one of the biggest fucking rock stars on the goddamn planet. You're seeing him in this sort of a smaller venue.
Exactly.
And that was loud as shit. They really killed it.
Oh, yeah.
That was the day before Day of the Dead.
That was.
Yeah. That was a long stretch of time there.
So
that
many
was the
shows.
day before the Day of the Dead. Wow.
Day before Day of the Dead, yeah. But yeah, we're sitting here talking about the next Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
We're going to make this a thing.
Oh, for sure.
There's songs we're going to try to play and things we want to add. I definitely, more lights. Maybe we'll borrow Henderson's fucking light thing again, too, and add it to the lights we already got. Should make a whole fucking spectacle on the trees behind us.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We need some of those projector kids with their lights and their fucking the water, and they do like in the dish. And they just make all these crazy things like old Pink Floyd shows.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. Doing
Actually,
that again.
we kind of could. Since we have the
was really
projector that we project the show on the wall,
Yeah.
we could just get like a long video of like, you know, trippy shit and just project it like on the either the tent above us or, you know what I mean? Something. Make it very visually.
We might be able to drop some like white walls down behind.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which would be cool. And then it could just be like...
The whole thing's just moving.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, dude. I went to the Sterling Stage Folk Fest years and years ago, many years ago. And they had, I mean, I forgot what the company's called, but it was that. It was all white around the stage. Were just these white panels. And the shit they were blasting onto this was fucking nuts. And we were all, you know, ready to go. We had purchased supplies. And I remember going into the porta potty to take a piss and looking at the porta potty walls, and they were all just like doing, like that shit didn't wear off for days. Like the lights were just still in my head. Like it was crazy. So we're going to do that.
When you could add some visual like that to
Yeah,
to a
for
show.
sure.
I mean, that's, you know, you're doing a lot
Yeah,
there.
It's so
I don't
much
see
of
any
it.
reason we couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's so much to
We'll
it.
have to, you know, we'll test it out. you know, like a week or two beforehand and see what works and what doesn't.
Maybe we'll do a webcast out there.
Yeah.
One night.
Yeah.
Throw some shit on behind it. And
Right.
See how it goes.
Right.
We'll
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Not a problem at all.
Yeah, it does add the visual. I mean, especially with that last
Totally
show,
adds to
with the lights we had. Because also with this type of music, with bands that are more musical, you know, even if the audio is coming out as this amazing, trippy, mind-bending thing, a lot of times it's just a guy staring down at his guitar, like nodding his head. It's kind of, it's not like Mick Jagger or something. Like,
right.
So the lights
Running
kind of
around.
have to be the show.
Exactly.
While the band is making, the music goes with the lights. The lights are the
Absolutely.
visual part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe what we could do is, as a test run, just one of the bands you hire, just don't even tell them and just set it up.
Yeah.
And be like, you guys got some visuals tonight and see how it goes.
We definitely got to do a Saturday night Phoes show out there. And then we kind of want to do a Phoes after party inside too, don't you?
Well, yeah.
We'll figure it out, but
Because
we'll
we have
do
to
some-
finish by 11 o'clock out
I
there.
know, that's
Is
the
that the
thing.
deadline?
Yeah,
That's the noise ordinance.
yeah.
And, you know, the neighbors across the street from last year with the
Skunk
The
incident?
skunk,
the skunk incident, which turned out to be real skunks.
Yeah. There's a skunk problem around here in this town.
Oh, there's a lot of weed smoking going on over there. I'm like, they're like, it just stinks like skunk. I'm like, did
Those
you
are skunks.
possibly entertain the thought that it could actually be skunks?
There were
Because we had a
these-
really bad skunk problem in the village last year.
dude,
really
we talked
did.
all about it. They were all over
They
my
were
place
all
too.
over. Every night when I closed the bar, I would be like, oh, God.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
dude.
Like, I
live
thought
about
I was
a-
going to get sprayed for sure one of those nights. Like, because I got that close to them. Like, where I was like, keep going. And they would, thankfully.
I live about a quarter mile from the bar, and pretty much every morning I'd go outside every night, and you could smell them.
Yeah.
So maybe it was my neighbor. I don't know.
Dude, even where I'm at, man, like we had them. I think it was all over. Like they must have just been. Skunks
Mass
must have had
reproduction
some. Yeah,
of
really.
skunks last
Something was
year.
in the air. Skunks were feeling it.
They were.
Dude, 4th of
Man,
July.
you smell good.
Pepe La Pew.
They are, yeah, if we learned anything, skunks are very romantic.
Yeah, exactly.
4th of July, we were the side yard, like right there is where they set up they shoot the fireworks up. I can stand right in the side yard and we're watching the fireworks. And I just kind of like, I don't know if I heard something or just felt the presence of something. I looked down and like a dog walked up to you for a treat. The fucking skunk was right there. And I was like, shit. And I was like, I know if Lee sees it, she's gonna wah! And then the skunk's gonna spray. And I just kind of grabbed her and was like, shh, just let's slowly, calmly back away.
back away.
And the skunk's looking at us like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Starts backing off. Yeah.
Skunk off.
Yeah, skunk off.
So I took a black cat and painted white on its back and tried to lure the skunk in.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're going to try and do something about the skunk problem this year because they became like a pretty big issue.
Oh, apparently, yeah. They were almost, they had some lady like calling the DEA for fucking.
Yeah, the cops showed up a couple times. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, I don't need these kinds of problems when there are no problems.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's not even their jurisdiction. You need animal control. You need like pest control, or you need Ace Venturas. Really, that's what you need.
Well, it's because they didn't think that was the issue. They thought that it was just a bunch of people doing drugs in the back, and it's like, no, that's not what's going on here. Even though it's like,
ignore the insane light show and the Grateful Dead band. It's actually, you gotta believe me.
Yeah.
Was that the family with the Ghostbusters car over there?
There always was one.
Do we know the story behind that?
No, I don't believe we do. No.
Well, they're living across the street from the Jug, which is very haunted, so they're not really, very good at the busting of the ghosts. There's ghosts there all the time.
The thing that sucks is like the husband is a really cool guy. Like, and we got along with him fine. And she had family in town, and I don't know. She just for some reason thought that. Her family thought that they lived across the street from a drug den, is the way that she put it. And I was like, okay.
Not any, it's a bar.
Yeah.
Any bar. I've lived in several places that were close to bars. That's just kind of comes with the territory. That's the way it is. Dude, when we lived in the Falls, we lived right by, I forgot what it was called. Some shitty bar. But, we were up on the 3rd floor in like the attic, which was not a legal apartment, but that's where I lived. And you could look down from the 3rd floor window onto the street, and like we were at New Year's Eve, we're all partying upstairs. One of my buddies comes running up. He's like, "Dude, there was somebody hit somebody's fucking car." It was like our neighbor's car, and we all run to the window. And in the snow, you could see the whole story. You see the bar parking lot, and you see a car like all like sketchily leave, and then come kind of crookedly down the road, and then swerve real quick, smash into the car, back up. You saw the tire tracks in the snow, told the whole story. Smash into our friend's car, and then back up, and then swerve and leave. So that's, God. So you had to smell some skunks, Oh,
yeah. What part of the Falls did you live in back then?
It wasn't that bad. It was right off Pine.
Okay.
So it wasn't that. It wasn't that bad, but it depends on where.
Lots of change.
Like certain sections of Pine are really bad now.
Oh, yeah. Zombies, man.
Yeah.
I see them all the time. I work up there.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought when we moved up there, I'm like, dude, we're going to see some shit. And it wasn't. Our neighborhood was pretty nice. There was like some old Italian lady next to us and like a nice black family across the street who were super cool. And there was one time we're on the porch and I hear like people leaving the bar and we hear commotion. And we're like, yeah, motherfucker, come say that to my face. I was like, oh shit, dude, this is it.
Yes, here we go. It's going down.
So we're just like watching. We're like, yeah, hell yeah. And like dudes there was like a group of guys and another group of guys, and they were like all chest bumping like a fucking 50 Cent video or something. They're like ready to fight. And we're like, yes. And he's just like, nah, you good? We good. All right, bro, we good. And I'm like, God damn it.
Nothing happened.
Yeah. Like, what do you say? And we're like trying to like egg them on.
They're friends again.
Yeah. He said something about your mama. So no, we never saw anything cool. We weren't close enough to the action.
Okay.
Just on the outskirts.
I did. One of the stories I had on my phone was was when I lived up. It starts to get into you, man. You live in that kind of environment, you start turning into one of those. And I didn't like that about myself. That's why I was like, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I was leaving work. Like I said, I worked early, and then I would walk down Pine and walk back to my house, and I would often stop at the 7-Eleven where the bag on the head robber where that happened. I used to stop there every day and
15th and Pine.
Yes, I used to stop there like every day and get beer. And then I was coming home, and I was usually a little agitated after work. Daddy needed his medicine. You know what I mean? My medicine was at the house. And I was coming home, and I was like, I got to get something to eat. There's no food there at the house. So I stop at Subway. I'm going to get some food and go home, get what I got to get done, and finally chill and be cool.
Right.
And I'm in Subway, and there's this just trash bag comes in. This just little just comes in, and she's on the phone, and she's just yelling into the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, really personal shit. Like, fuck you, you don't even see your fucking child. You need to pay, blah, blah. Like,
yeah.
screaming at the top of her lungs, profanity, all this shit. Like, just white trash, horrible shit. And the lady at Subway is, like, this nice older lady. And she's, like, nervous. She's, like, shaking. Like, she's getting my order kind of wrong, because she's, like, this girl is just screaming and being, like, just ruining the whole thing, and it's fucking it up. And she's, like, screaming. It was just terrible. So I get my sandwich, and I'm, like, kind of look at the old lady. I'm like, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. And she gives me my stuff, and I'm like, thank you. And I get my receipt, and I go to the fat chick. And this was when I was a different man. I would never do this. I just get into her face, like into the phone. I'm like, you're really fucking rude. And then, like, I didn't make it any better, because then I'm like, fuck you, you trashy bitch. And she's yelling at me, and I remember I'm walking out. The last thing I heard was, fuck you, you nasty bastard. Because I just came out of a kitchen. I was a nasty bastard.
I was a nasty bastard.
And the old lady's like, that didn't help at all. Now you're all
You smell
yelling.
like grease.
Yeah, you greasy motherfucker. Like, fuck you, you bitch. Learn inside voice, bitch.
Inside voice.
Yeah, so and that's why I left.
They don't have them up there.
Oh, no.
I got out.
Everything's out in the open.
Everything's out in the open.
No, that's why I got out, and I was like, I gotta move. I gotta go back to where it's nice. Okay. There might be skunks down at the Jug, but people are pretty chill.
Yeah.
I gotta get back down there.
God's country up here.
Yeah, it sure is.
Hell yeah. I don't know. What else we got?
Well, I got a couple big shows coming to Buffalo.
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
year.
There's a lot of stuff.
A lot of good stuff announced lately.
Yeah.
Joe Russo's almost dead, which
Yep.
Captain didn't know what that was.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
pretty
do
exciting.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't miss that one.
No, I'm not going to.
They'll knock your socks off.
That's what I hear.
They
Fucking Dropkick Murphys and Rancid, too. Rancid's one of my all-time favorite bands ever.
And I love Dropkick.
I haven't seen them since I was a youngin'.
I haven't seen either, but Harden was telling me about Dropkick.
Yeah, they're both
and
great,
I think
yeah.
I might check it out.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. You should. They're fun.
That'll be a good one.
I'm really excited about the Tool show. They got announced.
Oh, yeah.
Tool is
I was,
coming, yeah.
Very surprised to hear they were coming to Buffalo. You know,
Yeah, Tool's great.
Yeah.
haven't seen them. But
I haven't seen them either,
heard
but
it's a stellar show.
Yeah,
I've heard really good things about their shows.
I like their style. I like how they're like, they kind of say fuck you to the whole normal marketing rock and roll thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're very
Yeah.
unique. They do their own thing.
They're
like,
kind of
cool.
like a heavy. They jam at times. You know,
Oh yeah, they're
almost like
very
a
psychedelic.
heavy jam
very-
band.
Yeah,
right.
they're great, and they have like a sense of humor about it. You know what I mean? They're cool.
Yep.
I was surprised to see the Stones coming too, because the
Yeah, they're
Stones
back for another one.
They're
Yeah.
doing like a 6-day tour, and one of them is in Buffalo.
They love Buffalo. They love Buffalo.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
There's a lot of good seats left for that show too.
Yeah.
Is there?
The prices were just
Outrageous.
It's crazy.
And I know I'm gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be like Charlie Watts died, and I'm gonna be like, fuck, I never saw them.
Oh, you've never seen
Oh,
them?
you didn't go to the one 5
no,
years
I
ago?
didn't go to the one 5 years ago.
It was a great show.
Same reason.
I saw their farewell tour in
Yeah.
'98.
Okay, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, it was their. I think that was their second farewell tour,
Yeah, my dad was telling me. My dad's like, I saw him,
and
at
they were
this
fucking
place.
awesome. Like, I was like, holy shit!
I forgot. My dad saw him at some
Tickets were
some
$60
arena.
for
Wow.
that in '98. Like in '98, that was a lot.
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and like I wasn't close. You know,
Well, they're for the 300 section. They were anywhere from 95 to 120 for this tour.
Yeah.
Plus fees.
right?
So you're talking.
That's like $2,000.
150.
Yeah.
That's like $2,000.
What's ridiculous is the 100 section. Tickets are going for $345, and that's face on Ticketmaster.
Wow.
Jeez.
$345. So that's where all the ones that are unsold are right
Well,
now.
you
The
know,
300 level sold out.
They're a
Being
young,
Buffalo.
struggling band trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking eventually those prices are going to come down. I'm going to
Yeah.
play the market on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been into that a lot lately. Ticketmaster, like wondering whether to buy right away or to wait, because apparently Ticketmaster actually reduces their prices
Yeah.
if it's an undersold show.
Oh,
They will
okay.
actually bring their prices down.
Yeah.
There's a guy I follow on Twitter, Empty Seats Galore, and he kind of calls out different tours or shows that are undersold, and he'll post stuff, say like, prices are dropping. For instance, the Justin Bieber tour. It's about to be canceled apparently.
Really?
But, I mean, the tickets, like, there's 75% of the tickets are still available.
Wow.
And they're dropping prices to like $16.
Holy shit.
Yo, Beebs.
Yeah, what happened
You
to
wanna
Beebs,
come
man?
What's
fucking-
going on with them?
You want to open
I
for
don't know.
You want to come open for Friendly Foes, dude? I'll put you on a bill.
So
$16
I'm
bucks.
just surprised, it's kind of cool that Ticketmaster actually does that.
Yeah.
The lower
Yeah.
prices for an undersold
I wonder
show.
what's going on with Bieber.
75% of the
know.
tickets are still available?
I think
Yeah,
all of his fans were all these like chicks who were like the girls who were going through like hormones and
Yeah.
they're like, oh my god, ah! And then that wears off. They're like, okay, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a person now.
Yeah.
I told you we went to see Dan Soder at the Helium Club. It was the same night Ariana Grande was in town, and we're pulling up to the show. And like nothing but minivans and teenagers in their ponytails and their moms, and I'm like, what the fuck has Soder been doing? He's like a stoner, funny, goofy comedian. I was like,
Yeah.
well, how is he pulling this crowd?
Yeah.
But
All these teenage chicks love
pops.
him?
I mean, it happens with Michael Jackson or fucking Tiffany and Debbie Gibson, and then Britney Spears. That whole scene, it's a short window, real quick window.
Right.
Yep.
Maybe what 2-3 years? Maybe how long was NSYNC before it just got? And then you got to get out before you look like a fucking idiot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just, but it's like these huge things that like kids
But
are
then
like
they can
crack
reunite
hits.
20 years later.
That's the thing that's going on now is all these reunite,
yeah.
Backstreet
Like,
Boys and New Kids on the Block.
New Kids
they-
on the
Yeah.
Block. Like,
Yeah.
they're selling out shows like crazy a couple of years ago. Like,
Hey, that's cool, man. Get it.
yeah, I mean, hey, if you can get it, get it.
NSYNC's probably been trying to do that. And Justin Timberlake, just like he's hanging out and his phone rings and he's like, it just says C. Kirkpatrick. You're like, ugh, this fucking guy. He just hangs it up again. You got to all be at the same level of meh.
Yeah.
When one of them, like Beyonce, skyrockets and everybody's like, Kelly Rowland, who the fuck is that? Like, nobody even remembers the third one. I have no idea.
I don't either.
But exactly. I'm like, it's not Brandy. That was different.
Yeah, that was different.
It's not Sister. Was that different too?
It wasn't Brandy and like I Know What You Did Last Summer or something.
Brandy's brother was Ray J.
Right.
That's who fucked
in
Kim.
the movie.
Huh?
What?
The movie? I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yeah.
Was she in that?
Okay.
I think she was in one of them.
I think so too.
I think so
Yeah.
too, yeah. Yeah, because there's that big thing of like actor/singer, but they're
Yeah.
not really good at either one.
It's true. They're not really good at either.
Yeah, but then one of them skyrockets and the reunion tours are not, none of the Backstreet Boys really took off the way like a Timberlake or a Beyonce did.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, I don't know.
That was the one guy was the badass. I forgot his name. Was that? I don't know. I can't remember.
Which one was the other Wahlberg again?
Which one was the other Wahlberg again?
What
Oh,
band
that was New
That
Kids.
was New Kids on
New
the
Kid-
Block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Backstreet Boys?
Any of them. I think we're
I
figuring
get
out
confused too.
the three white dudes.
Who are we talking about?
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys?
Three white dudes are like, which one is? I don't know. I was always more of a.
None of us were
Christina.
ever teenage girls, so
No.
it's very hard for us to figure this out.
Well, we also got Rage coming.
That's pretty
Yeah.
tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys thinking about that?
tickets?
or-
Tickets for that are pretty big, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It
never-
sold out right away,
Yeah.
and the tickets were insane.
I never got too deep into them. Their music is great. The
Yeah, I
riffs
like
are
their
awesome.
music a lot.
He's the dude's great.
Tom Morello. I mean, he's a stud.
Yeah. I don't like being preached at.
Exactly. I'm with you.
He's
on
our
that
lead
one.
singer.
He's the guitar player.
Dude, it's great. You have your opinions and you want to use your art to get them across. You know what I mean? But it's sort of that, like, you can't sit at my table unless you agree with me, man. And all these kids are like, yeah, man. And then it's like, oh, by the way, tickets are $350. It's like, huh? And they play, like, I remember back in the day, like, they played, like, Al Gore's not inauguration because he didn't get it, but they played, like, some
Rage?
benefit for them.
Yeah,
And I was like,
fundraiser. Well,
that's not against the machine. That's like Rage against that part of the machine, but right alongside with this half of the machine. It's like, that's not. What are you doing?
that's like Public Enemy played Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
rally,
yeah.
And they,
Flavor
and,
Flav
like,
didn't want to do it.
like the silhouette was like Bernie Sanders with his arm up in the air, and like the shadow of his bald hair and his white hair, or
Yeah.
bald
Yeah.
with the white hair on his side, and Public Enemy next to him. The shadow silhouette.
The whole thing's hilarious. Someone said Bernie Sanders looks like he combs his hair with a balloon. That's great. The whole thing's like, if you look back on political ads from the 80s, we're like, look how silly this was. Not now, though. This is real. These things are real.
Right.
Like, if it's all going to look ridiculous in 5 years. Everything we do looks silly later. And
Yeah.
while people are doing it, they're like, this is the real thing.
Yep. Yep.
It's going to be, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
But,
Ticket prices way up.
Yeah.
Nobody's
for that
buying
shit.
music anymore. That's the problem.
And now they're doing, like, meet and greet type things,
Yeah.
which I have a signed,
Platinum
I got a
tickets.
signed Primus poster when they played Art Park. That was pretty tight.
Nice.
But, and
Yeah,
you
that's
could do,
cool.
and I got to go to, like, the Q&A with them, like, in the theater. That was pretty cool. I wanted to ask how many.
Meet and greets.
I wanted to be.
You got to pay extra for the meet and greet,
You gotta
right?
pay extra for the meet and greet. There's like several. There's like a ticket, and then there's a ticket with a poster, and then there's a ticket with the Q&A, and then there's a ticket with the meet and greet,
my
and all
God.
free. And that's just the business now. And you can tell the band isn't like. They're just like, I don't know. They told us to do this. I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I have to sign shit and take a picture with you people. Okay.
I got to meet a bunch of people.
That's the thing. Some
that
people
I
just
don't want to meet.
They might just want to go out to one show a year, and they're going to spend it all on that. On
Or if it's a
platinum
band you
seats.
really love, like I love having a signed Primus poster. That's cool.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But
Yeah, that's great. But
yeah, a lot of people.
I'm sure for the most part, they hate it.
Yeah, but it becomes it's a business. You have
I know,
you
I
have
know.
employees. You have that's what the whole thing that Dead documentary showed so well was there was these kids who just wanted to be cowboys and start a band and not live in normal society and all. Like Jerry wanted no responsibilities. He wanted to get high and play guitar.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's the head of this conglomerate
Yeah.
that has like hundreds of employees whose health insurance rely on him
Yeah.
singing fucking Deal. And he's like,
Right.
what the fuck happened? This was not what?
This was not part of the deal.
No. Like, I remember something like Reagan said something about the Grateful Dead, and it freaked Jerry out that the president knew who he was. I'm like, yeah, that is weird. He's like, dude, this is weird.
That was the Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah.
he knows
that was
my
really
name.
good.
Yeah, Scorsese produced that one. Yeah,
that
it was really good.
excellent. Check
Yeah.
that one out if you haven't seen that yet. It's
Yeah.
a 4-part series, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
it's
even
great.
longer, maybe even 6.
And then
I
I've
think
read
it is
like
6.
I've read like
Yeah.
Dennis McNally's book and shit, and it's like that documentary's so good, and then you watch it again after reading books, and you're like, God, like you would need a show that never ended to tell that whole story. It would just be like Law and Order. It would be like the show that just is on the air for 30 years.
Cool. So
I need to put the fucking Law and Order, the dong dong. I need
Yeah.
to put that in the thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be our next button.
we were hoping the Jug might organize a bus to that Stone show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get the Jug to start organizing a bus to friendly Phoes shows.
There you go. There you go. But it's gonna be a good time. Stones.
How many
Yeah.
people are going to this
Tailgate
show?
party in Buffalo. I mean, come on. Bills Stadium. What's it
Yeah.
called now? I call it Rich
New
Stadium.
Era.
so
New Era
New
Field.
Era. You know. Saturday.
How many
in
people are you
June.
going to this show with?
Oh, I know. At least 6 to 10 right now for sure. I'm sure.
That's a small bus.
Well, I know. We do ride the small bus, me and my folk.
Yeah, the more you guys are talking, like I gotta go because like I'm terrified I'm gonna wake up and like one of them is gonna be dead, and I never.
Oh, you gotta go, man.
You know what I mean? That happened with the Beastie Boys.
I mean, yeah, I would say you definitely got to see him.
When fucking MCA died, I remember just like it hit like a nail that I was never gonna see the Beastie Boys.
I know. I never saw them either.
was
You
like,
might see
fuck.
something crazy too.
I don't know how I never saw them.
At the Stone Show.
At its Stone Show, I got real good story about the last Stone Show. Good buddy of mine was his friend. His dad is a photographer. Anytime the Stones are in town, any high-profile bands, he's the guy.
Yeah.
So he probably had like 15th, 20th row up front, and Mick Jagger's out there dancing. And I was halfway through the show or whatever, and my buddy looks over and he sees Tom Petty. Tom
Wow.
Petty's at the show. It's before
Wow.
he died, obviously.
Yeah, that would have been real weird.
And Tom Petty's got 2 young girls on his side on each arm,
Hell yeah.
and he's got he said he had that hat on that he wore, and I think he wore it in a lot of those videos. So it was definitely Tom Petty.
Right.
Or it was some guy who
This-
really looks like Tom Petty, and these 2 girls who he's totally fooling.
So and he was up in like 2nd or 3rd row. So
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, one of the girls throws her underwear up at Mick Jagger.
As you do.
Right. I mean, you're at the Stone Show.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, Mick Jagger kind of takes him and tosses him back out, keeps doing his thing. But Tom Petty became irate, and he stormed out with these two girls. And I don't know if he was jealous or what, but that's the story.
Wow.
It was one of the coolest stories I've ever heard.
Was he pissed that she threw the underwear, or was he pissed that Jagger just like nonchalantly threw him back?
Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah.
But
You see this chick? How dare you throw those underwear back?
I've been dealing with this for 50 years. This fucking British motherfucker keeps stealing all my chicks.
But I thought that was really cool. Tom Petty in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Had a Stone
That's pretty
show.
cool.
And this is a very verified source. This really good friend of mine.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't think he would make this up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
There's a dude who, like, I haven't seen him in a long time, but he's always at Buffalo, like, jam band shows. And he was just like a dude with like a red beard and had a very Trey like look to him. And like I remember seeing him like at a Trey show, like at Shay's, when Trey played Shay's, and people were like, you see all groups of friends staring at him, being like, dude, that's fucking him. That's him. I remember one of my buddies is like, they're just, because like you're just looking at him and you're like, eh? It's like, first of all, Trey looks a little different, but shit, if that's him and I didn't say anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a dude at the Marco Benevento show, kind of had the Jesus thing going with the long hair and the beard, and like I kept looking, and he's like looked at me, and I was like, "Get ready for a lot of like double head takes today, dude." You look just like the guy.
You sure that wasn't Mike Broderick?
I don't know. No, I don't think
He
so.
really looks like Jesus.
Is he the? Oh shit, I remember that dude. If he's one of the Brodricks, he used to hang out with Pallone a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Mike.
he would come around. I mean, he would come play with us, and he had great songs, and like we would hang out and play. I remember one time we all got in his car. It was the first time I ever met him. We all got in his car to go somewhere. And he gets in, and I open the passenger seat door, and I look down, and the passenger seat is just full of nonsense. Just shit. Not even just like normal car shit, cigarette packs and bottles. It was like, dude, there was a half a watermelon ride.
I was gonna say a lot of citrus.
Yes! What the fuck?
Yeah, that's Mike.
That's him.
What is this guy, a fruit bat? What is...
Was there a lot of citrus? Yes.
That's exactly
That's
what
definitely
it
him.
was. He's the same diet as a mosquito.
That's so funny.
And I look, and there's like a melon, and I kind of look at him, like, waiting for him to move it, and he looks at me, and he goes, well, you've never been in a car before?
Not this kind.
Like, dude, this looks like a Guatemalan cart on the side of the highway.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck is going on? That's so funny you said that.
That's Mike.
Yeah.
That's definitely him.
He's actually wanted in Kentucky right now.
That's what I heard.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
What do you steal a fucking...
It was a mini mart incident. You could say something like
I
that.
heard
He
about
stole
this.
a cantaloupe?
Yeah.
I think it was some type of an energy drink or something like that.
Jeez.
But he made it. He B-tailed it out there, hightailed it out. And
Yeah.
He got out, clipped a car on the way out of the parking lot.
Jeez.
It's on one of those World's Dumbest Criminals
Really?
videos on
Oh,
YouTube.
that's awesome. I think we know a few people who've been on those.
More than likely.
Yeah, that's great.
He's a great guy, though.
Yeah,
He
good for
is.
him. That's cool. If anybody, as far as we know, I have no idea where he
Yeah,
is.
everyone's looking for him, and we're hoping he's
Jesus.
okay out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. We don't know where he is. Don't come asking us.
Nope.
Hopefully, we'll see him this summer.
Yeah, hopefully.
He makes an
That's
appearance
citrus.
once in a while.
We gotta
He
like,
does.
The cops
He
have to
shows
set
up
up
out
like
of nowhere.
a trap for him with like a bunch of like fucking mandarin oranges, like within a net. You know, so when he
That would catch him.
Yeah, that would catch him. Yeah. Wow, that's
great.
funny. I mean, speaking of like the mutual friend I had with him, I was at Rite Aid with Pallone one day, and like we were just talking, and like we got drinks and snacks and shit, and like I went to the counter and paid for my thing, and he had a bottle of water in his hand, and he's just like stoned and just talking about whatever the fuck, and we just walked out. And it wasn't until later he's like, I don't think I paid for this. I was like, oh, dude, you totally didn't. And like they didn't say anything. Nobody said anything. He just
Right.
walked in and took it and walked out.
Foreshadowing the problem right
You
there.
totally
Yes.
didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Caught up to him eventually.
So what you got to do is you don't be clipping cars and hightailing it out of there. Just pretend like it didn't happen, and no one will ask you.
No one will even know.
Yeah.
No one's the wiser.
Yeah. So try that. Rob your local Rite Aid. That's the thing.
Where
All
is
right.
Pallone nowadays?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Haven't talked to him in a while.
Either.
Him and they're off on the run somewhere.
Okay.
All right. So when does this? Hopefully, I'll get this out soon. March 12th at Nietzsche's Friendly Foes.
Yep.
Nietzsche's. All right.
Yeah.
First time there?
Yeah, first time there with Phoes. Yeah, I've been there with every other project, but this is the first Phoes show. And like we were saying earlier, Fish played there in '91 or something.
Yeah.
So like that'll be cool to do the same, maybe on the same stage as that. You know,
No doubt.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of shows. We'll do more Jug shows and things like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Any Jug things coming up? Any more fucking dart tournaments? I don't know anything. You guys are always
dart tournaments.
Shuffleboard.
Yeah, we have shows coming up the next couple Saturdays.
Oh right, St. Patrick's Day is kind of.
That's a big
Yeah,
time.
St. Patrick's Day is going to be a big one. We're opening an hour early at 11 o'clock on Saturday the 14th.
Okay. So that's when the party is on the Saturday the 14th?
Yeah, that's the day of the parade.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, and then we have the Tower Band that night, which will be really cool. That's going to be fun. We're going to be serving like a dinner all day.
So like the corned beef and
full on corned beef dinner all day, starting at noon. And I actually made a call today. I'm trying to get another Guinness thing for Outback, just so that we've got like Guinness and all I'm gonna do Outback, I think, is like, if I can get it, is like Guinness, shots of Jameson, and Tullamore Dew.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's all you
need.
Yeah.
Just to like kind of settle the inside down a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'll be really good. But we have live music every Saturday this month.
Oh, nice, man.
Right on.
So yeah. So come on down and
Is one of those us?
have the last Saturday, right?
Okay, yeah, if that's what we're doing, sure. I don't know. I just realized we never really
Full bands, back room or side room?
Yeah, back room, full bands.
So yeah,
And the Phoes are still playing in the bar
we'll
room,
play in
right?
the front.
Yeah, they'll be in the
if we
front.
can, yeah.
So
Yeah. See, you see, people like to know how the sausage is made. Most of our shows are booked right here.
yep.
While we're figuring it out.
Yeah. So,
All right.
shout
cool.
out to Hot Dog.
Yeah. shout out to our friend. I don't even want to say his name again. Keep running, bro. They're not going to get you.
Keep going.
He's in Mexico somewhere.
Yeah.
He's running from the law and he loves citrus. He's
be,
definitely
could be.
south of the border.
He'll be back here for Dead and Company
Right.
tour, though. I can tell you that much.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's going to be. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Good
the
luck
That's
finding
where
him
you'll
there.
find him. You'll find him on
Yeah,
the road.
good luck finding him there. He looks like every other person in the show.
Yeah, really. All right, captains, Jug of Thoughts. Tell your friends. All right.
Yep.
God bless. Take care.
Thanks, OJ.
Peace.
This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.
Thank you. The song's called What You Want. It's by Bob Seger. I think. I don't know.